I'm Amy. I'm a volunteer here at Lowell Humane.
Hi everyone, this is a quick tutorial on how to register for Paws for Celebration. Later I'll show you how to get there from Facebook, but if you prefer to go directly to the auction website, you can use the URL below. Feel free to pause the video to copy it down. So to start, we are here at the Paws for Celebration 2022 event page on Facebook. You can find it by going to Lowell Humane Society on Facebook and click into our event through there, or you probably have seen it shared on social media. You'll see two links in the description, one for the Paws website and one for the live stream. And the one that we're going to be using for registering and bidding will be the one for the website. So you can go ahead and click on that. Facebook's doing its job to try and keep us safe, but the website is good, so don't worry about that. And then when you arrive, you will be greeted with this page. Now on the left, you'll see lots of options. Once the auction opens up, you will see that there's options for bidding and things like that, but for this we're going to click on purchase tickets and register. When you do that, you see that there's a few different options for choosing tickets. There's some VIP options for our pre-show Spooktacular, but if you just want to bid on some items, all you have to do is go ahead and select the individual community ticket, which you'll note is free. After you do that, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom of the ticket options where it says next and go ahead and click that. It will then prompt you to sign in, and what you will do is you will make an account by signing in with your email. I will go ahead and put mine in, and in case you're wondering, yes, I am open to fan mail, so go ahead and hit me up. After you put in your email, it will ask you for a password. If you don't follow all of the rules and then try and click next, it will tell you, nope, you can't. So make sure that you read all of the instructions for making a password and that it is secure. Once you do that, the warning will actually go away if you happen to trip it, and you can click next. And now you have to put in your phone number. You'll also want to put in your first and last name. And then when you scroll down, it'll also ask you for your address. I am putting in the shelter's address, obviously in the great state of Massachusetts. And then it'll ask you for your ticket details. Who is this ticket for? You can have it for me, or if you're buying it for someone else, you can assign it here. Now, you'll notice that we skipped enter payment. I'm just going to get rid of this for a second. You'll notice that we skipped enter payment, and that's because we chose a free option. If we happen to choose one of the options that had a price next to it, that's where we would enter our credit card information. But then we go down to confirm purchase, make sure everything is how we selected it, and then we go down to complete purchase. And there you go.
Good evening. It's great to see everyone. Hopefully next year we'll be in a large venue and able to be together, but this will have to do for this year. Welcome to Paws for Celebration 2022. I'm very excited that you are joining us to celebrate the successful year we've had saving lives. As we enter our 150th year of service to the community, our work comes back to you, the LHS family. We could not have made it this far without your support. Every year brings a new challenge and the needs of our community evolve. We are proud to be able to adjust our services to meet those needs. One of the challenges this year was inflation. Inflation has impacted not only the costs to run the shelter, but also our community. People are finding it hard to provide even basic care for their pets. Our pet food pantry supports families in our community who are struggling to afford pet food. This year alone, we have seen a huge increase in the community members facing the impossible decision of whether or not to pay an electric or gas bill, or whether to surrender their pet because they can't afford pet food. We are proud to be able to keep pets right where they belong, at home, by providing pet food to community members in need. Our pantry shelves are consistently cleared each week, and the need does not seem to be slowing down. As always, LHS will continue to be here for those who need us most. We're also seeing a shift in the population of pets surrendered to the shelter. Aging pets are being surrendered in need of senior care. Anyone who's had a senior pet, knows the expense of even basic lab work to ensure the pet by loving new families who take on their medical costs and care post-adoption. And that could not be possible without your support. Your support makes it possible to give these pets a second chance at a happy forever home. I'd also like to thank our big dog sponsor, Tito's Handmade Vodka, for whom this event this evening would not have been possible. Animal lovers have always been an important part of Tito's story, and the innate connection they have with their canine counterparts has shaped who they are today. Since Tito's Handmade Vodka began, they have been committed to helping protect and rescue animals, many of whom spend their days at the distillery and office beside their teammates. That's a great job to have, just like a job at the shelter. With the support of our generous community and partners like Tito's, we remain committed to providing care for those pets who need us most. The entire Lowell Humane Society team of staff, volunteers, foster homes, and the board of directors thanks you for being a part of an important mission of saving lives. Tonight, I ask that you share our story with someone you know, whether on social media or during a conversation with a fellow pet lover. Let them in on the incredible work you are a part of and help us grow our community. We appreciate all you do for us and cannot provide the level of care and commitment to local pets in need without your support. Thank you for being part of the Lowell Humane Society family, and please enjoy this evening for the animals.
Good evening, everyone. And like Christine said, welcome to Paws for Celebration 2022. I'm John Northridge, the development coordinator at Lowell Humane Society, and I'm sure everyone here knows who this is.
Hello.
Hi. She is our executive director, Crystal, of course.
Thanks so much, John.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. As you know, it has been quite a crazy year at Lowell Humane with the departure of our long-term executive director, Jill O'Connell, back in December of last year. It really put us in a crazy place for the start of 2022 with that loss, but we have made it through, and I'm really happy to report that we have had a fantastic time adding some new staff to our team and building up all of our programming. And I'm excited to announce that we have finally reopened to the public just a few months ago after a very long closure for the pandemic. So we are back to open hours, and we hope you'll stop in to visit us soon. And every day, as you well know, we do our best to provide care for all of the homeless pets that need us. And this year, we have found homes for over 740 pets, but we have helped many, many more than that. Our food pantry alone sees visitors coming in from the community every week to pick up food to prevent rehoming their pets, which I think has been just one of the greatest things we can offer, is to just prevent those pets from coming in the first place. But in addition to that, providing referral services and also just helping families find their new pet has been really great thing to do opening up again.
Yeah. We couldn't do anything without everybody's support, both financially and also your time and hard work and dedication. It really goes a long way. We also would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for Paws for Celebration this year. Just like everything else, we couldn't do it without you. Tonight would not be possible without top dog sponsor Tito's Handmade Vodka, Platinum Paw sponsor Chelmsford Animal Hospital, Gold Paw sponsors Jean d'Arc Credit Union and Martha Mayo, and our Friends of LHS sponsors Enterprise Bank, Mahoney Oil, Jacqueline Dennison, Norse Design Services, and Auntie Dog Training Studio. Thanks again for sponsoring us this year. We really appreciate it.
As you know, with Paws for Celebration, we always have a number of silent auction items for you to bid on. This year, we have so many different fun items. Whether you're a sports fanatic and you want to bid on our Patriots tickets or Bruins or Celtics tickets, or themed baskets, you can get a great Soups On basket. I won't say who donated that one, but it's one of my favorites. And if you're an art aficionado, we have amazing items donated from local artists. So there's really something for everyone that you can find. And it's a great opportunity to do a little holiday shopping ahead of time, get some people crossed off your list, and help a good cause.
Yeah, I think we have like over 100 items this year, and they really range from everything from event tickets to little coasters and everything. So great stocking stuffers, or the big presents. They're all really there and really great. In addition to the silent auction items, we also have a couple of raffles, just like we do every year. We have two items that instead of bidding on and trying to outbid others, you just purchase a ticket and enter for a chance to win.
So item number 6 is a scratch ticket basket. There are $300 worth of scratch tickets available for a winner to take home and maybe hit it big. And so go ahead on, and I think there were a little over 100 tickets available still last time I checked, but we were only selling a limited number of tickets. Was it, I think, 200 or 250 tickets?
Yeah.
So it's a really good opportunity to win. There's not many tickets being sold. I want to do a really big shout out for a foster home and committee volunteer, Mike Galello, who donated many of those tickets, as well as our board of directors and some volunteers who all came together to make that a fantastic item for a raffle. So get over there. It's only $20 a chance to win, and maybe you'll hit it big and we can name the new shelter after you.
That's amazing.
Winners will be drawn after the auction closes at noon on Saturday. So get your tickets in before they sell out.
Yes. And then the other raffle item that we have available is item number 31, which is a chance to win tickets to a Patriots versus Bengals game on Christmas Eve. Actually, prior to working at the Lowell Humane Society, I used to work in radio, and I actually worked one of the Christmas Eve games for the Patriots, and it was a lot of fun. They really go all out. They there's like everybody's dressed as Santa, so like there's just a sea of Santas everywhere, and everyone's in a really giving mood. On my way in from my parking spot to the stadium, like 5 tailgaters offered me like hot dogs, and like everyone's just in a great mood. So even though it is on Christmas Eve, it's a really, really fun time. Just like the scratch ticket basket, the tickets for a chance to win the Patriots tickets are only $20 a piece. So make sure you check it out.
So we do our very best to take care of every animal who comes our way. Here at Lowell Humane, we will take in guinea pigs, cats, dogs, guinea pigs, or I said that, lots of guinea pigs, really. I could say it 10 times,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be enough for how many guinea pigs we have in the shelter right now. But whether it's a bird or a hamster or even a chicken every now and then, which we did get in just last week, we really couldn't have done it without our fosters and volunteers. We have over 100 animals in the building at any given time, and even more out at our foster homes. We rely heavily on our foster homes to make sure that the animals are getting the right amount of care. We never want to be overcrowded in the building and prevent any animal from getting exactly what they need. Our foster families do so much great work with the animals, and we physically just would not be able to provide the care that they need without them.
Yeah, on my first staff meeting, when I heard how many animals were in our care, I was blown away. And then it was quickly explained to me that a lot of them are getting excellent care in their foster homes, which is great. So next, we'd actually like to share an interview with 2 of our foster parents, Mike and Erica. Please check it out.
Hi, I'm Erica.
And I'm Mike.
And we're a foster family for Lowell Humane Society. We've been fostering here for about 5 years, and this is one of our current foster kittens. His name is Rupert, and he's about 6 weeks old. We got him when he was still a bottle baby, so we bottle fed him, and we're fostering him until he's old enough to get neutered. Then he'll be available for adoption. We've been fostering for about 10 years. We got started when we were both still in college out of one of our apartments, and yeah, we've been fostering kittens ever since. We started fostering for Lowell Humane Society about 5 years ago, and we got started fostering pregnant and nursing mother cats as well.
With a few other random ones mixed in. I think we've had some hamsters, we had a rat.
Yes.
We had a rat.
Yes, we've had some
Anything
rodents
else?
now. The process to get involved as a foster home would be to reach out to the volunteer coordinator, fill out an application, and they would have you attend a training session specifically for the type of animal they'd be interested in fostering. Dog fosters have their own training sessions, cats and kittens. We went through the training process here, and then shortly thereafter they contacted us to take home our first foster cat. The training was very thorough. It went over some of the different reasons that an animal might need a foster home. For example, kittens like Rupert are too young to be adopted, so they go to a foster home where they can, gain some weight until they're ready for surgery. Infant cats or pregnant and nursing moms, they're very vulnerable to pick up illnesses, and in an animal shelter, there's lots of other cats here, so it's safer to keep them in a separate home where they won't catch any contagious diseases. Sometimes they need socialization, which means, interacting with someone on a daily basis to get used to human interaction. Cats can need litter box fosters to see how they, behave using the litter box in a home environment versus in a cage. And yeah, so the training goes over, different scenarios, reasons why an animal might need to be in foster, and then, what to do if different situations occur, what's an emergency situation, what are some common issues you might run into, how to, get in contact with anyone that you might need to answer any questions.
The best part about fostering for me is being able to see this little tiny cat whose eyes aren't even open grow up and kind of develop their own personalities. And then ultimately, when they get adopted, it's really great just to see them go to a home they'll be at forever. Sometimes we even get pictures from the people who adopt them, which is awesome, to kind of see what they look like when they're all grown up.
Yeah, absolutely. I love hearing updates from adopters and, getting pictures, seeing them, at home with their families, with their other pets, and just knowing that, that's someone's best friend. That's what makes it. It's always hard to say goodbye, but knowing that they're going to go, to a home where they're somebody's best friend is the best feeling.
It makes it much easier.
Yeah.
If you're considering being a foster, but you're on the fence, I definitely was. But the training was really good. I felt a lot more comfortable having an animal that depends on me in my house and knowing what to do to take care of it, and knowing that if we ever have questions, there's people at the Humane Society that are happy to answer and help. They have a great support system. So if you're on the fence just because you're scared or you might mess up, you'll be well equipped to foster after going through the training and talking with everyone and learning who's out there to help you.
I agree. If you're on the fence, I definitely think it's something worth trying. My favorite thing about fostering for Lowell Humane Society is having that open line of communication where, even though he's not my pet, you still love them and care for them like they're your own animal, and having, being able to reach out to any of the staff here, even any of the vets, they're always super helpful, super responsive, and, any questions that you have, any concerns, the staff here definitely does a really, really good job of making the process as easy as possible. Okay, so Rupert, we've been fostering for about 3 weeks, and when we first got him, he was very, very small. He was just under a month old, and he weighed maybe as much as a 2-week-old kitten. We got him, he was just very dehydrated, skin and bones. He was the only kitten left from his litter, but we got him home. He didn't have much of an appetite yet, so we were just feeding him small, frequent meals, every 2 hours with kitten formula, and literally the next day he was like a brand new cat. He gained 1.5 ounces in the first 24 hours, and he hasn't stopped growing. He's,
It's thriving.
Yeah, exactly.
So this year we've just passed 100 kittens or cats that have come through our house that we fostered, which is really exciting. Lowell Humane Society is always looking for more fosters. There's no shortage. More fosters they have, the slower we would have been to get to 100. But no, it's a great experience. We wouldn't have broke 100 if we didn't like doing it, or if we were ever uncomfortable at any point. So definitely reach out if you're interested in just learning more, even if you're not ready to commit. It couldn't hurt just to ask for more information.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that doesn't inspire you to become a foster home with LHS, I don't know what will. In addition to being a foster family for LHS, Erica and Mike are also part of our Pause for Celebration committee who helped put together this whole event. So they're such a big part of the LHS community. And like many of you, all of our foster families are vital to our mission of taking good care of the animals and getting them into happy homes. There's never really, I think, one position anyone holds in the LHS family. You might be an adopter and a donor, or a foster and a volunteer. But it's just so nice to have such a close community who's there for each other all the time whenever the animals need us. So thank you, foster families, for all you do.
Yeah, thank you. It really helps out. And like we said earlier, we couldn't do it without you. Also, we know that people are having a lot of fun in the chat and comments. Please keep them coming. We get to listen to them while you're watching some of our videos. And someone asked, how can you enter for the raffle? All you have to do is go onto the auction website, which hopefully you're able to find rather easily. It's on our LHS website as well as our Facebook event page. And then it was item number 6 and item number 31. Both of those you'll see are a little bit different than bidding on things. Instead, you just purchase the ticket for a chance to win. So make sure you check that out. If you have any other questions or have anything nice to say, we'd love to hear it in the comments. So please keep them coming.
And our website is lowellhumanesociety.org. You can just scroll right down to the Pause for Celebration event link and find all the information right there.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Since Halloween is just around the corner from Paws for Celebration this year, we thought we would have a little costume contest. A couple of weeks ago, we asked everyone on social media to submit their photos of their animals dressed up and having fun. And I gotta say, for me personally, getting emails with really cute animals in costumes was a delight and much better than a lot of the emails I normally get. If you were part of this year's VIP Spooktacular pre-show, we actually went through all of the entries and you got an in-depth look at all of them. But the exciting part is now we are going to announce the winners. So check it out. It is now time to announce the winners from our costume contest this year. Winners were selected by this year's Paws for Celebration auction committee. First up, we have our best couples costume, and this entry won by a unanimous vote. And the winner is Farmer Ileana and Kyrie the chicken. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a dog happier to be put in a costume, but the two of you are adorable together. Next up, we have best small animal. That can mean guinea pig, hamster, rat, really anything smaller than a dog or cat. And the winner is Loki Chester the Bumblebee. Loki, an LHS alumni, is a 2-year-old crested guinea pig that did so well in his foster home that everyone decided he should stay. Yay! Up next, we have the best cat category. We had a lot of submissions for this one, but the winner is Poppy the Bat. Poppy is also an LHS alumni, and her owners are happy to report that she's figured out how to flush their toilet. Now she just has to figure out how to use it first. Next, we have the best dog category. Now, every dog is a good dog, so the auction committee had a tough time, but the winner is Miller the Banana. Miller is a 14-year-old dapple dachshund named after Kevin Miller from the Boston Red Sox World Series team. Next up, we have Best Senior. We had a few senior animals send in their pictures, but one really captured the dignity of age. The winner is Grandma Ollie. Ollie loves shredded cheese and sunbathing outside. Sounds like a good retirement to me. And finally, we have the most creative. Every picture sent to us was considered for this, so it was pretty tough to pick a winner. But the winner is Rue, the felony beggar. Rue is an LHS alumni that has won it in all 50 states for begging at the dinner table and being too cute.
In our welcome, our board president, Christine Chisholm, mentioned that we've had many animals come in recently in need of medical care. She mentioned several amputations, and it seems like every time we turn around, there's another emergency medical case at our door, whether it be a family who is unable to afford the emergency care their pet needs, and they are sadly faced with surrendering their pet to receive care through Lowell Humane Society, or a stray animal that a good, kind-hearted, Good Samaritan has found on the street who needs help. It's a wonderful feeling knowing that they know they can just turn to Lowell Humane Society, and that's where you come in, because we would not be able to provide any of the services, much less the emergency services necessary, without your support. So I'd like to direct you now to the Fund a Need page. If you click on Make a Donation on our auction page, you can log right in and make a donation online. We have a goal this evening of $10,000, which will cover about 5 emergency visits for animals, honestly. It's been an amazing year with all of the animals that we've been able to help. Just yesterday, we had a cat at Tufts University, the veterinary clinic out in Grafton, who received surgery and had his tail amputated, and among other things that were going on with him. So he was a stray cat that someone found outside, and he sadly would not have made it if someone hadn't found him and said, I know where he can get help. So help us continue to help animals like that by making a donation today on that Make a Donation page. Whether it's helping with the emergency surgeries or making a gift to cover routine surgeries. $500 can cover the neuter surgeries for 5 dogs in the shelter. A gift of $250 can provide x-rays for an animal in need. A gift of $100 will allow a senior pet to get the blood work they need so that we can make sure that they are receiving the quality care they deserve before they go off to find a new family. $50 will provide a cat with vaccines, and a gift of $25 will feed a mom and litter of kittens who are in one of our foster homes. Every dollar counts towards giving our animals the proper care, food, and medication so they can live their best lives and find their forever homes. So please help us reach that goal of $10,000 tonight and consider donating. Again, you can go right onto our auction website and click donate or make a donation to help us reach that goal. And then if you're up to it, maybe share on your social media and ask a friend to match that gift, and your gift can go twice as far.
Yeah, it really does mean a lot. We just checked in on the counter earlier, and we're just about halfway there. So thank you so much to everyone. It really is amazing. A lot of these animals do come to us as strays, particularly the last few that have really needed medical intervention. We just happened to, be notified that they were on the side of the road or anything without anybody. And, when they don't have a family to step up and take care of them, the LHS family has stepped up to take care of them. And it's been really, really amazing to see this whole year how we've been able to do that.
You're going to make me cry. But it's true. That's what the LH family is all about.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see.
It's really, really awesome. So please consider making a donation and sharing it on social media. Up next, we'd like to actually feature a couple more items from our auction, and these go along with our silent auction. Item number 2 is extra special. It is a priceless experience, our only one we have this year, but it is amazing. Make sure you read the descriptions because the pictures don't tell you the whole story about everything. Particularly with this one, you get not 2 tickets to one show, but actually 2 tickets to 2 shows, as well as a 3-night stay in a hotel in New York City. It is really awesome. Some of the shows that you can select, sometimes you hear about these and you can only go to a couple. These you can go to almost all of them except for the ones that are basically sold out all the time, like Hamilton and that. But if you wanted to see like Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Wicked, Dear Evan Hansen, The Lion King, all of those are definitely available through this package. The starting price is $3,000, and it really is quite an experience. So please consider donating or bidding on item number 2.
So 3 nights in New York, and you get to go to 2 Broadway shows.
Exactly. Yes.
That's a really great item. I might have to bid on that myself.
Yeah.
Awesome. So item number 12 is a really fun item that was quite popular last year. It is a scenic plane ride. You can enjoy a 1-hour scenic flight for 2 people from the Lawrence Airport, to be scheduled whenever possible, but based on your your availability and the pilot and plane's availability, as well as weather, of course. The pilot is commercially rated private pilot with an instrument rating, and the airplane is a Piper Warrior PA-28. It's 4-passenger, low wing aircraft. You can check out that item description for more of the details and think about who you want to take on that plane ride. But it's certainly a beautiful time of year to take a ride through Merrimack Valley and see all the leaf peeping that you can.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Even just driving around, it's great. I can't imagine being up in the air and looking down at it. It's probably gorgeous. Up next, we like to share the story of a little bit of a cranky rabbit, but still lovely. I have been with LHS now for a few months, and I can say that the staff, particularly the animal care team, never says no. They really go out of their way to do everything they can for the people that come in who are looking to get help with their animals, but certainly with every animal that comes in. We do everything we possibly can to make sure that they can be set up for success and find a happy home. So up next, we'd like to share the story of Oreo the rabbit. He came to us a little cranky, but through a lot of hard work through our staff and volunteers, he was actually able to find a little happy tale at the end. So let's hear from one of our volunteers and Oreo's adopter.
I'm Amy. I'm a volunteer here at Lowell Humane Society. I've been volunteering for 3 years.
I'm Alex. I'm the adopter. I found Oreo on the webpage of adoptable animals and came around April of this year to meet Oreo.
Oreo was very aggressive and he was biting and kind of charging at people. So he was on the floor with everyone else. And everyone could interact with him. But then he was moved into the volunteer office as sort of a difficult rabbit. He was ready to be adopted when he started. He just started to be a little calmer.
I think I was looking for either a rabbit or another small animal like a guinea pig or something. And so I found Lowell Humane Society had on their website they had a page of adoptable animals and a bunch of rabbits, cats and dogs, some guinea pigs and other animals. Yeah, the process started with I think I emailed, and then I think a few days later I got a response to my email and emailed me an application, then gave me a phone call and just kind of did a quick interview and asked a few questions to see if it was the right fit, and then invited me to come in and meet with him.
Lowell Humane Society is always looking for adopters. There are always animals available. You just have to keep an eye on the website and see who interests you, and then give us a call or email and fill out an application and come in and meet some of the animals and see if it's a good fit for you.
So huge shout out to Amy for working so hard with Oreo, because he definitely would not have been able to find a home without the time and effort that she and all of our small animal task force of volunteers put into him, because he was quite the grump. But as you can see in the end, he is such a happy little bunny. So we also would like to take a moment now to thank our top dog sponsor, Tito's Handmade Vodka. In addition to being our biggest sponsor this year, Tito's also provided vodka for our VIP home swag bags, along with a drink card. So you can make a cocktail right at home to celebrate in style with us. This year's drinks are my favorite, the Cranberry American Mutt, but you could also select from the favorite or Tito's Greyhound. So Tito's is just such an amazing organization or business, giving back to organizations all over the country. And I heard that they even had, this all started because dogs would wander into their dispensary, just like homeless dogs. And they decided that they just love having the dogs around. So they helped those dogs. They started letting their staff dogs come into work, and they just have dogs everywhere now. So, and they help animals all over the country. So thank you so much, Tito's Handmade Vodka, for all you do for us and other shelters around the country.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's some strange connection between like booze and dogs, because down at Navigation Brewing Company, it's largely the same thing, that they just were like, oh no, we like dogs, so bring your dog into the brewery. And now they sold water bottles a few months ago and donated all the proceeds to shelters. And I think on Saturday they're going to release a dog calendar
Yeah.
and do the same thing.
Yeah, and the
So
proceeds are going to go to us.
yeah,
That's awesome.
exactly. So
They've also, I don't even know if you know this because it was before you came on, but they've adopted 2 brewery cats from us.
oh, really?
Yeah, the first brewery cat, though, they fell in love with, and he went home with one of the owners of, like, I think the owner of Western Avenue Studios.
Oh, wow.
They loved him and took him home. So we had to get them a new brewery cat.
Right.
And so now they have another one in there now who's great. And she lives in the back room. And then when they're closed, she comes out and hangs out and helps them, brew up their beer.
Sure.
And, takes care of any rodent issues so they don't have to worry about it.
That's
So,
amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Ask them about their brewery cat next time you're at navigation.
Yeah, it's on the hidden menu, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we'd like to share with you a very special dog that came to Lowell Humane Society last April. She's been there longer than I've been there. She's currently with one of our foster families, and she's doing a great job there. But we are really, really trying hard, if you've been following us on social media, to find her a forever home. So please check her out.
Sit. Shake. Other hand. Lie down. All right, good girl.
This eager to please girl is Tiana. Working hard to spread love throughout the first 9 or so years of her life, Tiana was found in April 2022 as a stray. She now dreams of her fairy tale ending, a nice home full of loving people. Tiana is a loving princess who is passionate about giving kisses, taking long walks, and of course, cuddles. She's currently staying with a foster family and has been making huge strides to put her best paw forward with her future family. Her foster family says Tiana has so much love to give, and we really want her last chapter of life to be filled with love in a new home. LHS has been trying very hard to find her that perfect fit, so please share her story and help us find her fairy tale ending.
Now, could Tiana be any cuter? I absolutely love her. She's such a sweet girl and so easy to walk. And she's gone on woods walks with our volunteers and on the weekends. And she's just such a love bug. And she's going to be in the shelter this weekend for anyone who wants to meet her. You can stop by tomorrow, actually, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 12 to 4 if you'd like to meet her, take her on a little walk, and maybe see if you might be the right fit to take her home. So definitely stop and meet her. If you can't adopt, try sharing her on social media, like John mentioned, because the more faces that see her, the easier we are going to have to find a home for her.
Yeah.
So I mentioned earlier that some of the animals come into the shelter in need of medical intervention. Tiana is on a special diet because unfortunately she has kidney issues. But earlier this year, we had a moment where like the true nature of the LHS community and family came together when Tilly, the cat, was found by a Good Samaritan and brought in to an emergency hospital where one of our foster homes happens to work as a tech. And she's a vet tech there. She saw Tilly in very bad condition, but as a stray cat that was just found on the street hit by a car, there weren't any options for her. So the options were either, unfortunately, to put her down or to get her help. So Lisa, our amazing foster, texted me, and whenever she calls or texts me, I know that it's going to be interesting, and asked for our help. And she said, she's in rough shape, but I think she's going to make it. I think I can feel it. She's going to pull through. So we went and got her, and one of our staff members ran up, got her from the emergency hospital, brought her over to our friends at Chelmsford Animal Hospital, who stabilized her. She was just really a hot mess, honestly, a hot mess express. She had broken limbs. She had a dislocated and broken jaw. She needed internal surgery because she had ruptured organs. And she just was really clinging to life. But I had the same feeling that she was going to make it. So we committed and we said, we're going to help her out. She went over to Tufts. She had amputations. She had her jaw wired shut, and she went into a foster home to recover until she was well enough to come back to the shelter. She also spent time in John's office, quite a bit of time.
Yeah. So when I started working at Lowell Humane Society, there was already a cat there, and then I think maybe a week into my job at the shelter, I was told I had a second cat, and I was very thrilled. Tilly shared the space literally under my desk with me because she was very shy, and I gotta say I fell in love with her. She was so sweet, obviously very shy, but once she warmed up to me, she kept coming over, kept purring, trying to get pets from me. Maybe it was a little distracting, but still just absolutely adorable. And it really, really was amazing to see how a cat that didn't have any sort of support system other than us really was able to pull through and live a happy and healthy life, you know?
And she's thriving now. She was adopted finally last week,
Mm-hmm.
and she's doing great. So it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. We actually started a Facebook fundraiser to help cover her medical costs. It was one of the first medical fundraisers that I did as I came on board, and I'm very happy to report that we were actually able to reach her goal. And like Crystal said, not only that, but now she's been adopted and she is now in a loving and happy home and she's doing great. She's got 3 legs and you wouldn't know that unless you looked under her because she can get around. She's hopping up out of the cages every once in a while, but she's really doing great. And we really would like to say congratulations to Tilly, but also thank you to everybody who has really stepped up to be her family when she didn't have one. It really goes a long way. And we couldn't do it without you. So, along those lines, up next, I would like to take a look at another very special cat named Splashwagon. And this cat has an adorable family that has taken her in and has really given him, right?
Yes.
Him a lovely home.
I'm Crystal Arnott, and I'm the Executive Director of the Lowell Humane Society. This is Sierra. Sierra is my daughter, and this is Kayla, and they help us foster cats. Splashwagon is our latest foster. We call him Splashwagon, and sometimes we also call him what?
Splash King!
And occasionally we just call him Splashy for short. And he is in our home being fostered because he has microphthalmia. He is only about 10 weeks old, and we're waiting for him to get just a little bit bigger so that he can see the surgeon and have both of his eyes removed. He's such a cutie pie, and you would never know that he's blind. He was found outside all by himself, just kind of wandering the streets, and some nice person found him. He was really dirty and totally covered in fleas, but we cleaned him right up, and he gets around our house just fine. You would never know that he can't see. But it's going to be incredible to see him grow and finally start feeling better once his eyes are removed. He'll be seeing a specialist to take a look at him actually soon, and then he will be good as new and ready to find a new home. We are so incredibly lucky to have access to specialists in the community. We have a wonderful ophthalmologist who is giving her time to come and meet Splashwagon and help him. Dr. Ruth Marion is wonderful and has helped us with many, many other animals who need, special help for their eyes, whether it be removing an eye or just figuring out what the best treatment. It's really incredible that everyone that's part of LHS is really intertwined and connected. Whether it be a staff member who also fosters animals or a volunteer who's also a donor. We also have the veterinarians who are volunteers as well, donating their time. Everyone really comes together as a team and a network, and we really couldn't do it without our community. Just with Splashwagon, we have the wonderful person who found him on the road and called animal control, and our amazing animal control officers brought him down to us. We immediately got him treated and got rid of his fleas and fattened him up because he was just a tiny little thing, and he's good as new and all cleaned up and just a sweetie pie. Into the foster home where the kids take care of him, and he'll be seeing that ophthalmologist and hopefully find a family soon. So it really is such an important piece of what we do here at LHS, just bringing everyone together. Without just one of those pieces, we couldn't do what we do here. Being a part of our community has many different ways you can get involved, whether it be volunteering your time in the shelter, helping to clean cages and kennels, or coming in to walk the dogs or snuggle with the cats, becoming a foster home to help animals like Splashwagon when they need a soft place to land before they can be adopted. Our wonderful donors, of course, are important because without them, we couldn't get the medical treatment that these animals need. But you can also do things like hold a fundraiser or a donation drive to bring items in that we need as well. Because without the cat litter and hay for all of these animals, we just wouldn't be able to get by. I'm Crystal Arnott, the Executive Director of the Lowell Humane Society, and we hope that you'll stop in soon to be a part of this loving team.
You can tell that Splash Wagon is really in quite the loving home. And I don't know, I smell a foster fail. I think the Arnott family is going to keep growing.
We'll see. My kids certainly want him to stay.
Sure.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. He's a little wild. He's a kitten.
He's a Splash King, though.
He is. He's a king. All right. It's time to check back in on our Fund a Need, where we're trying to raise $10,000 for the animals tonight. As you've heard, $10,000 is really just a drop in the bucket in terms of our medical bills. So hopefully you can make a donation and share with your friends and family. We're at a little bit over $5,000, so we're just a little over halfway to our goal. And I hope that you can help us reach that goal tonight. Every dollar goes directly to caring for the animals at Lowell Humane Society. So text your friends, your siblings, your neighbors, anybody who loves animals, and just let them know about all of the hard work our team does, and that we need you to make it continue.
Yeah, I know a lot of nonprofits get funding from the state or federally, but Lowell Humane Society doesn't. We really rely on our donors and our community, everybody that really steps up and helps out to get all of our animals into happy homes and make sure they're cared for. Like we mentioned before, there are a lot of really exciting items in this year's auction, and we just wanted to take a moment to feature some of our Lowell pride that we've got in our catalog this year. Number 145 is a Lowell art piece by local artist Gary Destramp. He's actually out of Western Ave Studios, where we have a lot of submissions this year from them. So if you like art, especially local art, please check it out.
They're such great supporters every year, and through everything we do, they're always welcoming us over there. So definitely look at that. We also have one of my favorite items, a Red Antler Apothecary Basket. Red Antler is located in Mill Number 5, and Mill Number 5, if you haven't been, you got to stop by. It's home to a bunch of artisan shops, farmers market. The basket that Red Antler Apothecary donated has so many items in it. I was like totally blown away when I saw it. Everything smells so amazing. Like you walked into the office and just said, what is that smell? Because it's just wonderful. There's soaps, creams, there's even tea, and things you can't even imagine. So definitely bid on that item. If you're interested in artisanal items like these, definitely check it out. It's all locally sourced, locally made. The owners of Red Antler are just also wonderful people who've adopted from us. So support them. Go ahead and bid on this basket. Maybe don't bid too high because I'm bidding on it too. No, just kidding. Outbid me. I'll go buy it anyway. So definitely check that out. And remember, our auction closes at noon on Saturday. So make sure you get all your bids in on your favorite items. There's also a handy little way you can put a max bid in there so that you don't get outbid while you're not looking. So if you're really interested in an item, set that max bid so you don't miss out.
Yeah, when I received the Red Antler basket, Crystal immediately was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
I have Red Antler soap in my shower every day. It's amazing. They have so many different scents, and like I said, it's all locally sourced. They literally go out into the woods and forage and like get everything that they make, and they make it with their own hands. It's so cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, that actually about does it for us this evening. Thanks again to all of our sponsors: Tito's Handmade Vodka, Chelmsford Animal Hospital, Jean d'Arc Credit Union, Martha Mayo, Jacqueline Dennison, Enterprise Bank, Auntie Dog Training Studio, Mahoney's Oil, and Norse Design Services. Big thank you to the board of directors for also sponsoring this year. A big thank you to the establishment in Chelmsford. We couldn't have done this without you too. Really appreciate it. And also another big thank you to my Paws for Celebration auction committee members, Jenny, Mark, Sandra, Crystal, Erica, Mike, Roger, and Dina. Really, really thank you. And shout out to Lowell Telemedia Center for helping us run this broadcast.
Last but not least, thank you, our Lowell Humane Society family. I say it over and over again, but I can't ever say it enough how incredible and wonderful it is to know that we can turn to you and have your support for the animals who need us. So whether you donated an item for a silent auction, or you're watching at home, if you've adopted from us or donated to the animals, whether it was money or paper towels, bidding on items tonight and volunteering your time, thank you so much for everything you do. A shout out to our animal care staff who worked very hard this year through some major staffing struggles, and our volunteers who supported our staff when we didn't have enough staff on board as we went through the hiring process. So thank you all for looking out for our community's animals in need every day of the year. And thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening and take care.